on a journey through time, back to the Arabian Peninsula, to listen to a unique story and witness a rare description, penned by a noble Arab woman, who saw with her own eyes the best of mankind, the Prophet Muhammad. It is the story of Umm Ma, Al-Khuza, who was captivated by the beauty of his character and the sincerity of his speech, immortalizing his description in words that still resonate today. During the blessed prophetic migration from Makkah to Medina, the Prophet Muhammad and his companion Abu Bakr as-Siddiq passed by the tent of a woman known as Umm Ma, Al-Khuza. Umm Ma was a bazaar woman, a term denoting her sound judgment, chastity, and experience. She was not overly self-conscious or veiled like younger women, but rather sat openly in front of her tent. She was described as Jawda, signifying a strong physique without excessive corpulence. She would itaba, a sitting posture where one clasped their hands around their knees for support in the absence of a backrest as she received her guests, providing food and drink to any traveler who passed by and sought her aid. It was in this tranquil place, a haven for wayfarers, that the momentous encounter occurred, whose details have been immortalized in the fragrant pages of the Prophet's biography. The Prophet and his companion asked her, "Do you have anything we can buy?" Umm Ma replied with her customary generosity, "By Allah, if we had anything, you would not have had to ask for hospitality. If we had something to sell you, we would have fed you ourselves." For generosity and munificence are among the most prominent traits of the desert dwellers. She further explained their situation. The sheep are azib, meaning their udders yielded no milk, and it was shibaya, a metaphor for severe drought and barrenness of the land from vegetation and rain. At that moment, the messenger of Allah turned to a sheep standing in the Qas'a came at the side of the tent and asked, "What is this sheep?" Umm Ma replied, "It was left behind by exhaustion from the flock," indicating it was too tired and worn out to keep up with the rest. The Prophet then asked, "Does it have any milk?" Umm Ma confirmed, "It is too exhausted for that," meaning it was too weak to yield milk. The Prophet then asked with utmost courtesy, "Do you permit me to milk it?" Umm Ma eagerly replied, "Yes, may my father and mother be sacrificed for you. If you see milk in it, then milk it." So the messenger of Allah extended his noble hand, wiped the sheep's udder, invoked the name of Allah, and made a supplication for blessing. And instantly, the sheep Tafajat alayhi spread its legs apart to make it easy for him to milk its udder, and then its milk flowed abundantly, as if it had never suffered from exhaustion. Then the Prophet called for Umm Ma's vessel, one that could yarbido rat, that is, and container large enough to satisfy and quench the thirst of a group of people. The Prophet and his companions drank until they were fully satisfied, and they left enough of the blessed milk for Umm Ma and her family. This was the miracle Umm Ma witnessed with her own eyes, which became etched in her memory and heart, and led her to give that eloquent description of the Prophet that we previously discussed. The Prophet then requested a vessel from Umm Ma, one that could yarbido rat, container large enough to satisfy a group of people. He milked into it until it was full and topped with thick foam. He then promptly offered it to Umm Ma first, who drank until she was completely quenched. Afterwards, he offered it to his companions until they were all satisfied. He himself did not drink until everyone else had, embodying the principle that the server of the people is the last to drink. The Prophet then milked into the vessel a second time until it was completely full, leaving it with her as a blessed gift, and they departed, resuming their journey. A short while later, her husband, Abu Ma, returned, leading lean IJF goats that were so emaciated they were Tasawain Hazalan, resembling each other in their extreme weakness, a consequence of the Shabaya and the drought that afflicted the land. When he saw the milk in the tent, Abu Ma was astonished and exclaimed, "From where is this milk when the sheep yield no milk, and there is no milking you in the tent?" At that, Umm Ma responded with a precise and astonishing description of the Prophet, saying, "By Allah, a blessed man passed by us." She then proceeded to describe him. "This man is radiant in appearance, meaning clear in cleanliness and beauty, bright-faced. His face is luminous and cheerful, not frowning or grim. Of good creation, complete in his form, not marred by a sagla protruding belly, meaning he does not have a large stomach, nor disgraced by a salala small head, meaning he is not flawed by a small head, handsome and elegant, beautiful and perfectly proportioned, possessing a share of every type of beauty and grace. In his eyes is dye. His eyes are wide, with intense whiteness and intense blackness of the pupils. This is the hor in Arabic, intense whiteness of the eye with intense blackness. In his eyelashes is wartaf. His eyelashes are long and thick.